It'll be dark in about an hour. Better get some lanterns, huh?
Yeah. Why don't we go on back to Ponderosa? Maybe they've seen something back there.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness, look, Jess, the horse.
Whoa! Hey! Whoa!
Whoa, you wayward beast. Behave yourself. I've told you about wandering off on your own before.
You know, try as I may, I can't break him of the habit.
Dear Jess, and what does a minister do with a backsliding horse? Now, Pastor Avery, what have you done with the flowers that you were supposed to be?
I seem to have dropped them.
Well, I'll fetch them, and you can keep an eye on the beast.
All right.
Something's wrong.
Judith.
Hey! Pastor, Miss Judith.
Good evening, horse. We're out picking flowers for the church.
Well, we're out looking for Jamie.
Oh, my goodness, I hope nothing's wrong.
Well, we have reason to believe that he's been hurt.
He's lost. He didn't take the roads.
That's where we've been looking, in the roads between the schoolhouse and the Ponderosa.
Well, we haven't been on the Tully Road.
Little Joe's up there.
Well, we'll keep our eyes open and say a little prayer, and if there's anything else we can do, Huss, let us know.
Thank you, Pastor. And, thank you, Miss Judith.
You mustn't let it trouble you, dear.
Jess.
Hmm?
We'd better go back to town. It's getting late.
So I'll just pick up the flowers I dropped. I'm sure they'll find him before dark.
Jamie.
Up-ting! You get home yet?
No. You not find him?
No.
What about the other men? Any of them get back?
Shorty and Bates come back. They find nothing.
I think we better send Paul a telegram.
Didn't find him.
Not a thing.
Did you get a chance to talk to the schoolman?
Said the same as the young'un said. Jamie's been full of talk all day about picking blueberries.
We just got back from Marshall Bluffs.
That's where she reckons he went to.
Harv, ride over and get that sent off to Paul, will you?
Well, this thing might be over before your pa can get back here from San Francisco. You sure you want to worry him about this?
We don't have any right to keep it from him.
Yeah, you might drop by the bunkhouse and tell the men to get ready to form a search party for tonight. Tell them to be prepared to search all night if they have to.
Thank you. Where'd you find it?
Right here, by this rock. It's Jamie's, isn't it?
Yeah, it's his, all right. Take a look at this.
Blood's dry.
Yeah. No sign of blood on the ground.
Yeah, apparently stopped bleeding.
We'll never pick up a trail in these rocks.
Well, we just have to spread out and keep looking, that's all.
You taught him the same way he taught me. If he's hurt or he's lost, he knows what to do.
Yeah. But if he'd remembered and could, he'd be home by now, wouldn't he? And he ain't.
What do you really think?
I don't know what to think, Joe. I know we gotta keep up some hope. We gotta hope he's still alive. Of course, if that wound got infected, he could have blood poison, a fever. He could be holed up somewhere unconscious. I don't know. I don't know what to think. I'll tell you what. You take the other fellows and ride on south, make a sweep down that direction. I got another idea.
What?
I'm gonna go see Judith Corman. Look, Joseph, she knew he was hurt, and she knew he wasn't on the road.
Of course she knew. She knew you was searching for him, that's why.
No. Before I got there, she knew. It wasn't so much what she said as the way she said it.
You can't believe in that stuff. It's like fortune-telling.
Well, Joe, we both know that she's been right in the past, don't we?
Or lucky.
Well, this time, let's hope it ain't all luck.
Any news yet?
Not yet, Pastor. Looks like we've sort of come to a dead end.
Oh, I'm sorry. What are you doing in town?
Well, I hoped I could round up some more men. We've still got a lot of ground to cover.
Yeah, well, if you need an extra man, let me know.
Thank you. Thank you, Jess.
Good luck.
Judith, may I come in, please? Judith, I have something I want to show you.
Please, Hoss, don't do that.
It's Jamie's kerchief. We found it out on the trail. Judith, when we met out on the road, before I even mentioned it, you knew that Jamie was lost.
Just a guess, Hoss?
Well, whatever you did know, though.
It's just a feeling.
Fine, a feeling, a power, whatever you...
Don't call it power.
Well, whatever. Judith, I need your help. You were right. Jamie was lost, and he still is.
I was right about that stagecoach in Montana, too, wasn't I? You saw them run me out of there. They'll run me out of here. If I even tried to do what you're asking me to do.
Judith, this is just between the two of us. I've never mentioned that incident in Montana, and I never will.
I can't.
Judith, I want you to help me save Jamie's life. If those people in Montana had listened to you, they could have saved their lives.
Well, I didn't want to know. I don't want to know things that make people frightened around me, and I don't want people coming around and asking me for help. Besides, sometimes when I know things, I don't always know what they mean.
Well, let me decide what they mean.
Sometimes I know things, and now I don't know anything.
Judith, please try.
Look, Hoss, I have, for the first time since I was 9 years old, the first chance for real happiness. Jess Avery is going to go to London in 3 months. He offers me his love and a share in his peaceful world. Do you want to deny me that? I owe the Cartwrights a great deal. But I really do think that it's very unfair of you to ask.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Good day, Judith.
Caught you. See how your little secrets come out? At last I found out that sometimes Judith Coleman does sit still.
My mind was active. Does that count?
You know, I found no such flower in England. How do you keep them so fresh?
That's one of my secrets.
Is it? I know another one of your little secrets.
You actually managed to get in to see old Mrs. Abernathy.
Oh, yes, she is a dear, isn't she?
An impossible old dear.
You know, that's what she says about you.
Me? What, impossible?
Yes, she thinks you're a bit,
I know. She thinks I'm putting on airs and graces. She thinks I'm a visiting British intellectual. She obviously doesn't know me. And when she gets to know me, it'll be time for me to leave.
Well, you needn't worry. They'll all come round.
No. I'm the one who has to come round. And I will, with your help. Neither is the man without the woman, nor the woman without the man in the Lord.
You're quoting again?
Yes, that's, St. Paul's first epistle to the Romans, I think. I find it much easier to quote his words than use my own, especially when I'm writing a sermon.
Words are so meaningless. Aren't they? I'm sorry, Jess. I didn't mean what you just said. I just mean that... Well, I guess I mean that there is another sense where words are just... Well, they're not good enough, are they?
What's troubling you, Judith? Won't you tell me? I mean, this isn't like you.
I'm sorry, Jess. It's just one of my moods. I have them occasionally. I hope they'll only be occasionally.
Well, I expect you to be human. As I hope sometimes you will forget that I'm a minister.
Can you forget that you are?
Well, I'll try. Please. As your future husband, won't you tell me what's wrong?
The boy, Jamie Cartwright, that's... Well, that's really all that it is, Jess, that's all.
Don't worry about him. I mean, they'll find him.
Yes, but suppose they don't.
Then we'll pray. We'll have a prayer meeting. We must have faith, Judith. You know, faith can move mountains.
Suppose there were another way. But there couldn't be another way, could there? There isn't another way, of course not.
All set? Right. All out, folks. She's ready to roll. I sure hope you get there in time. I mean, that they find him.
Yeah, thank you. I sure appreciate you speeding up the relay.
No. You worked as hard as anyone hooking them horses up. Maybe you could slip a little to the driver. He's got the hard chore ahead.
I'll do that. And I'll spell him a bit if he needs it. Don't forget to telegraph Virginia City. Give him your best estimate as to when we'll be getting in.
All right.
And you lost. Follow the stream. Yes, Hoss. Follow the stream. Follow the stream.
heard anything from Paul?
No word from anybody. But you have young lady wait for you.
Oh. Miss Judith.
Oh, hello, Hoss. Guess I've only been thinking of myself, haven't I?
You're here. That's all that counts. Sit down, please.
Thank you. He must be cold.
Something's come to you.
His shoulder's hurt.
He maybe fell?
No, I'm sorry, Hoss. Something's hurt him. Something big.
Like a bear? There's bear up in those woods when the blueberries are ripe. They don't normally attack, but they will. They can be awful mean. Could that be it?
I knew that you were going to come back to me if you didn't find him. Hoss, it is so easy for me to misinterpret what I see, or for people to misinterpret what I say I see. They make it into whatever they want it to be, you see, and that's why they think it's something ugly in me.
Well, but you've always used it right. I mean, you've helped people with it. You're helping us now.
Well, at least I know now that I can't stop it. I can't run away to England. That was just a foolish dream.
You haven't told Jess about this?
You know what he'll say the minute he finds out.
You've told him nothing about it?
Do you know who led that mob that drove me out of Montana? A minister, Hoss. A righteous man of the cloth.
Yeah, but he was no Jess Avery.
Hot coffee.
Here, why don't you take your wrap off and sit down?
Thank you.
And a little food.
Good. Thank you, Hopsing.
You know, Hoss, I've never understood why this thing happens to me or how it happens to me. But it uses me. I don't use it.
Well, I hope that you decide that you can help us, and if you do, I promise you that it'll be between just the two of us.
It must be, Hoss. It's not just a matter of my losing Jess. That's just a dream. But if this town finds out, then I have to leave. And it means running again, and maybe not finding friends like the Cartwrights.
You want a better promise?
I suppose I do.
Well, I'd like to promise you the world, Judith. But I can't do that, obviously. I want Jamie back, and I want him back bad. I promise you that if anybody finds out about it, you won't have to run.
All right, Hoss. This afternoon I was out riding, and I saw a little red-headed boy fall to the ground. I was thinking of Jamie, and I got an impression of bubbling water, like a creek or a spring.
Yeah, there's 3 creeks out at Washoe Bluffs.
Well, is any one of them in particular a favorite of his?
No, not that I know of.
Is there something that stands slender, something I think he's very fond of?
Like a tree?
Yes, but it's smaller and it sways, and I feel that it belongs to him.
A feather?
A feather, that's it, it's a feather.
He's got a feather in his hat.
And he bends and he drinks water.
Yeah, and what?
Oh, I'm sorry, Hoss. I can't tell you anything more than I know. I know it's so little to go on.
No. It's quite a bit. It's plenty to start on.
Hoss, nothing has meant more to me than the friendship and the kindness of the Cartwrights.
Judith, I think you should consider telling Jess about this. I know him, and I think he'll understand.
No, Hoss, no, he won't.
Anything?
No.
Where's Haas?
He's up ahead somewhere.
I don't know why we're looking here anyway.
Hoss has his reasons, or we wouldn't be here.
Seems to me we've already lost half a day.
Hoss must have found something. Come on.
Go! Go! This way!
What is it? Where do you think he'd hit? The lake?
Must have. It's wide open out there. You'll have to leave a trail.
Nothing down here but me and a played-out horse.
The Hoss is working his way upstream. Why don't you work your way through the woods? Meet back where Hoss found the hat. I get everything right so far, anyway.
Yeah. Then he went straight into the woods. I've told him 1,000 times when he's lost to stay out of the woods.
And we lost his trail once, we'll find it again.
Yeah, the same way. I'm gonna go get Judith.
Come on, Hoss. We'd have followed the stream anyway. Would have found the hat without her.
I don't think so, Joseph. She said a stream or a spring. I don't think I'd ever come this far from Washoe Bluffs. You take the men, send them on in.
What do you mean, send them in?
I gotta protect her secret, Joe, and I don't think she'd ever come down here if she thought those men were here.
All right, I'll send them back for fresh horses, but I'm not going to keep them from coming back out here.
An hour's all we need.
Head back to the ranch. Get fresh mounts.
Got a message from Mr. Cartwright. He'll be in the stage at 7 o'clock. Wants his horse left here. Joe says for him come straight to Masaka Lake.
Ain't found the boy yet, huh?
No, but if we do in the meantime, we'll let you know.
Hey, Hob.
Pastor Avery.
Have you had any success yet?
Some, but not enough.
Oh, boy. You must all be exhausted.
We are, sir, but we gotta keep trying.
Hey, Hob.
Sorry, Hoss. I did this stay out of the woods. I'm sorry.
Climbing. He's climbing. Could he be climbing?
Well, where would he climb?
Just up, Joe. A wounded animal will always climb.
I can't believe he'd climb, not in the shape he's in.
That's probably just the reason he's doing it. If the boy's hurt bad, he'd head for the high country.
I will start at the top. I'll work down.
Could he be climbing? I saw him in a dark place.
You mean like a cave?
No. Well, it could be something worse.
Now, you're doing what you told me not to do. Trying to make something out of nothing, maybe.
Isn't that Miss Corman down there?
Yes. I wonder what she's doing here.
Joe's found something.
Sounds like someone found something.
Judith! What are you doing here?
I'm just trying to help.
Oh.
Well, hasn't someone told you? Why else would you know to come?
These people are my parishioners. It's my duty to be here.
Oh, yes, it's your duty to warn the wicked away from her way before she dies of her iniquities. It's usually shouted at me. I'm sorry I don't quote it quite correctly. It's from Leviticus, isn't it? Or is it Deuteronomy?
I don't understand you, Judith. I've never shouted the scriptures at you. I thought you had a faith that was fine and strong. Why do you mock it now?
I don't mock it. The things that happen to me make my faith only stronger.
Don't talk riddles, sir. Just give me a simple explanation.
Very well. Simply, I see things. I see things and I know things other people don't see and don't know.
How?
I don't know how. I don't know. My mother called it second sight, but whatever it is, I'm not pretending. I don't pretend, especially with a child's life.
Judith, you really believe that you have this boy's life in your hands?
Jess, I'm not asking for it. People come to... Oh, no, Jess, no, not my hands, God's hands.
Oh, Judith, do you really believe that you have special powers?
Not power, Jess. Don't say power. I don't want power. How can I make you understand that what I see, I know it as surely as I know that I am or that God is.
And when you were talking to Hoss just now, were you telling him something you think you've seen?
Yes, that I think I've seen. And I'm going to find him and tell him.
Judith! 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 Judith, look, we have to talk.
Well, not now. Please, the Cartwrights are in desperate need.
Look, the Cartwrights are expert trackers. They're woodsmen. They're plainsmen.
They don't know where to look.
And you do?
Yes, I have seen.
Then we'll try and find that place together, you and I. But don't lead the Cartwrights off on a wild goose chase.
Jess, you don't believe me.
Now you have a chance to prove yourself.
Jamie!
Another stain here, Hoss.
Oh, yeah? Hey, he's still bleeding, but it's let up some. He's been gone here about an hour. Harv, you go on up where Joe is and see if he's found anything. I want to look around here for a while. Jamie! Jamie!
What? Where are you?
Over here, Pastor!
We heard a shot. Any news yet?
Well, we found a trail. I don't know how long it's going to last. Harv told me you were going to come out and help us.
Yeah.
Pastor, this is my doings. I put her under a great deal of obligation.
I understand. Look, Hoss, if you found a trail, I'm sure you'd like to follow it. We'll stay here and rest a while.
Thank you.
Hoss, I'd like to tell you something.
Judith.
There's something I've seen. Possibly you will have recognized it. It's shaped like the hat. There's a tree that stands against the sky. It's like the feather.
Like a lone tree?
Yes, only it's growing out of boulders.
Well, I ain't seen nothing like that so far, Judith, but if I do, I'll recognize it. Thank you. Is that where he is? Thank you.
Judith, I thought we agreed not to involve the Cartwrights.
I don't think that we agree about hardly anything at this point.
Well, let's try. Do you agree that perhaps you should have told me about this second sight?
Perhaps.
Then why didn't you?
Because I was afraid of losing him. And I didn't want to take the chance.
I mean, how could you know? I mean, I trusted you. That's why I asked you to marry me. I think perhaps you owed me a little trust in return.
All right. All right. Suppose that I had told you what I told you today. Would you have reacted any differently than you did just right now?
No. Oh, I would have said, believe what you want to believe, but don't involve others.
Well, they involved me.
Yes, I know, but supposing the boy is found dead 5 miles away from the place you told him to look. Could you live with that?
Could I live with not telling them what I think I see, and then he would be found alive?
Look, don't play God.
Apparently you don't believe in what I'm doing.
No, I don't. No.
You are not the first minister to call me witch or accursed and to cast me out. But don't you worry, Jess. A witch would never consider marrying a man of the cloth.
Hey, wait, Harv. This way.
That way?
Yeah. What would you do if you was lost, Harv? Just what I told Jamie, I imagine.
Pick an objective. A goal you can keep your eyes on. You get to it, pick another goal.
There you go. Just like that big knob rock up there, that lone pine out of it. Come on.
Rise. Rise. Rise.
Jamie.
Hoss.
Yeah.
How is he?
I'm so cold.
It's all right. It's all right, little buddy. Man, you're a mite hungry, too, aren't you?
Joe.
It'll be all right. Yeah, I gotta thank you for helping him look for me.
Don't thank me. Thank your brothers. Why, they never gave up searching for you. Not for a second. And everybody searched day and night.
Yes, ma'am, I know. Why don't you get some sleep, huh?
Oh, wait a minute, not yet. Doctor said you had to take some of this, little brother.
All right.
There you go. Drink him right down. Very good.
Thank you.
Good night, pal.
Good night. Thank you.
Well, I just didn't know there was so much prejudice in this part of the country.
Well, you have it in your small English villages, don't you?
Yes, but we gave up burning witches years ago.
So did we. Oh, I don't know. I don't suppose the time will ever come when people won't fear the strange and mysterious.
Well, I pray for that day.
And work for it, too, Pastor.
I agree. Tell me, do you honestly, seriously believe that Judith found your son?
Well, I guess that's not as important as the fact that she believes it. And Hoss believes it. That Jamie is here now. Tell me. What do you believe?
I'm not sure. I do know, though, that in every other way, Judith is a very extraordinary woman.
Yes, she is. Well, I think I'll look in on Jamie.
He's finally fallen off to sleep. Joe and Hoss just won't leave him.
I think you and Jess have a great deal to talk about.
You hit pretty hard.
I got thrown.
I'll leave that kind of work for them that can hack it.
Gee, I'm sorry you got... Well, I'm sorry.
That happens. You studying or watching?
Oh, a little of both.
What I was trying to say back there was, you break something at your age, you don't mend quick. Easy ride for a young buck.
Yeah. Don't mind to saddle my horse.
Sure.
Hey, Bronco, I heard you had a spill today.
There's no order here for a new windmill.
Well, Paul, the crew only struck water out there yesterday.
Then we needed the windmill yesterday.
Well, fine. I'll ride into Virginia City.
Never mind. I'll take care of it.
Yeah, it could have been a dry well, too, you know.
Yes, but it wasn't. This Cass Breckenridge, that North Ranch foreman, the fella you hired 6 months ago when I was in San Francisco.
It was a year ago we hired him, Paul.
Whenever. I see he's been buying some land for us.
Well, if you mean the Tumble K, it sort of fell into his lap.
The owner died, and the widow wanted to sell it and move east. Got it for a good price, $7 an acre.
I thought he was to report here in person from now on, not report anymore by mail.
Yeah, well, that's what we thought.
Yeah, Paul, maybe you got tied up with that land deal or something.
Look, it's not important. I'll go up and talk to him next week or so.
I'll take care of that.
Mr. Cartwright, I wouldn't...
Hey, come on, you all right? Took a pretty good fall there, huh?
You okay?
Get quiet. You come in and get your money.
That figures. He gets thrown twice in one day. Hurts him where he lives. You gotta have somebody to stomp.
Here's your pay.
Any man that's been around horses as long as you have ought to have brains enough to check the cinch before he mounts up. You've been riding that chair so long that you don't know how soft you are or how much time is chopped into you. It's a good thing you got the chair. Big outfit. People to fetch and carry for you because you sure couldn't cut it out there where the work is.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Ben Cartwright. Big name. But if you had to ride the grub trail out where nobody knew you, Ben Brown, not Ben Cartwright, straddling a piece of crow bait, no fancy clothes, no fine rig, nothing but dust in your pockets, you couldn't get a job. And if you were lucky enough to find somebody to take pity on you, you wouldn't last to find a bunkhouse.
Well, that's your opinion.
It's what I know. I'll bet you my shirt, pants, boots, and this $21 that you couldn't get a Ben Brown job and keep it long enough to collect a full payday. Think about that while you're riding your chair.
Couldn't cut it where the work is.
Cartwright, good morning.
Well,
I've
good to
seen
see
you in a long time.
Yeah, I know. It's good to see you. How have you been?
What are you doing up this way?
Carl, I need a favor from you. Let's go inside. You get me a cup of hot coffee, I'll tell you about.
Do better than that. I'll give you a whole breakfast.
Good. I'm hungry enough to eat one.
Fine.
Evening. My guess is you're just fixing to leave.
Well, not just yet. My horse is hurt.
You know you're on my property.
I know it's Ponderosa property.
Meaning you did see the signs. Meaning you did come through my fence.
Came through one of the gates.
Where you headed?
Up country, north.
Oh, maybe do a little hunting? Take an antelope or two?
No.
Yeah. You'll be the first saddle stiff that didn't. And those antelope will be wearing cow hide and the Ponderosa brand when they're shot. Just stand easy. What's your name?
Brown. Ben Brown.
Have you noticed, Mr. Breckenridge, that most of these bums all go by the name of Brown? Must be the third one we caught this month.
Yeah, well, you're poaching or hiding one. You got someplace special to go, Mr. Brown, or are you just riding?
Riding? Till I find work?
Oh, no saddle stiffs on my payroll. I don't even want the likes of you riding through. Let one of you stay, and next thing you know, you'll be swarming all over the place. Oh, you're getting out of here, Mr. Brown. Same way you came in.
I will. At daylight.
You leave now. And we'll be back this way in an hour or two. And you had better be long gone.
We're just about there.
What do you want?
Well, my horse is lame.
Hang your gun belt on the hitch rack.
See, my horse is lame, and well, I need some medication and feed and rest overnight.
All right, mister. Step inside and we'll talk. Sit down.
His horse is hurt, like he said. What's your name?
I'll go on, tell her.
Ben Brown.
Say who we are, Paul.
Oh, Paul Walker. I'm Mrs. Sally. This here's the Rafter W. Ranch.
How come you picked our place?
Remember, I saw the light, and my horse had gone just about as far as he could. I was hoping I could stay in your barn overnight out of the wind.
Well, we've had supper, but there's savings on the stove.
That'd be extra work, ma'am. I wouldn't want to trouble you.
Shames me I didn't offer sooner. We never used to have to wait a minute to offer anybody potluck.
Yeah, until we learn better. Where you from, Brown?
South, Carson City way.
His ain't a Ponderosa horse. I studied the brand.
You can wash up on the porch. Sally will fix you a meal.
Thank you.
You holding that rifle won't help his appetite any.
Oh, no, I expect not. You know, I took him for a common drifter at first, but he seems to be better spoken than most I've met.
You let him stay, won't you? Cold wind blowing, he's near beat out.
There's plenty of room in the barn. I suppose he's welcome.
Well, I got a feeling about him, Paul. He could be the answer to all our...
To your prayers? You back to praying again, Sally?
Well, I never stopped.
Be 2 or 3 days before he's healed and fit to ride.
Well, I could lead him. He won't like it. He can walk all right.
Walking will hinder the healing. Stall's not being used. You're welcome to stay.
Well, that's very kind of you. Some work that needs doing, I'd be happy to do it.
Told you.
Well, she's been pushing me to ask if you're looking for a job.
As a matter of fact, I am.
Well, yes, I do need an all-around hand. I'm afraid to be trading your bedroll for a lantern, or just about. Hard work, short money. $10 a month and found. Now, I know it's not enough, but it's all I can afford to pay.
Good meals. You won't go hungry.
You've hired yourself a hand.
Well, good. I'll call you at sunup.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Come on, Sally.
Good night.
Good night. Brown?
Yes?
There's, something I gotta say. It wouldn't be honest not to tell you this. But you go to work for me, and you're right in the middle of a range war. Be just the two of us. Against a ranch called the Ponderosa. And its owner, a thief named Ben Cartwright.
Cartwright? I seem to have heard that name.
Now, look, you can just change your mind and move on. No hard feelings.
Well, I need the job. I think I'll stick around.
Good. Well, I should have told you. Battle Axe is just plain mean in the morning. He hates to go to work.
You told me.
Better ride my horse, Mr. Brown. We got a lot of work to do.
I want another whack at him. We just get acquainted.
No, I can't risk it. All busted up, you're no good to me. As soon as we get this section finished, Mr. Brown, you can take a rest if you feel the need to.
Thank you. What about yourself?
I can't afford to. As soon as we get this fence built, we can get to the important work.
Such as?
Gathering up what's left of my herd. 240 head last count. Most of them are in that brush and up those draws.
That's funny. Good grass out in the open.
Well, they didn't hit that brush on their own. You might say they were encouraged some. You see, that's government grass out there, and the grazing rights are leased to me. But there's no way I can stop riders from crossing it. And they do. Ponderosa riders. 2 or 3 at a time, not going anyplace, just driving my cattle into the brush.
You see him do it?
No. No, they keep a lookout. Time I get here, there's nothing in sight but jackrabbits.
If I was you, I'd tell the law about this.
Oh, I did that. Had myself a 40-mile ride for nothing. The sheriff says I have to have proof, and proof I haven't got.
How long's that been going on?
Oh, for me, about 3 months. Come on, get up there. Get along. Before that, Breckenridge was busy with old Charlie King at the Tumble K.
Busy? How?
Oh, haystack fires, gut fences, poison. Old Charlie had 600 head. Had 2 top hands before Breckenridge ran him out of the country. Then the rustling started. I got no proof, but I'd say that Breckenridge was doing some night riding. And old Charlie, he tried to do the work of 3 men, until his heart gave out. Then Breckenridge bought the Tumble K. Bought it from Ben Cartwright. $1 an acre. One lousy dollar. Buildings, chattels, all the livestock that was left, about 200 head.
$1 an acre. Seems to me somebody ought to do some talking to Ben Cartwright.
After what he did to Bertha King? Not me. The only place I want to see him is over the sights of a rifle. But he stays out of sight. Breckenridge does all of his rough work, him and some hired guns. The main reason we gotta get that fence finished is so we can hold my cattle on my land till I can get the buyer out here from Unionville. We'll start at the top of that north slope and drive out of the brush, then drift them down to that holding ground.
I packed the lunches. And you tell me where, and I'll bring you a hot supper.
Oh, we should be at Big Meadow, honey. Just watch for the dust.
Another biscuit, Mr. Brown?
Yes, ma'am. The best biscuits I've ever had.
Thank you.
We need 100 head prime, or near prime.
It's kind of early for roundup, isn't it?
Not when you got money owing and no other way to pay.
They really did a job.
Should have spent the night out here with a rifle.
Yeah. I guess we ought to clean up the mess before whatever cattle are left to cut the ribbons in the wire.
Yeah.
Morning, Mr. Walker. Well, you've had some tough luck, huh? Cattle tore down your new fence.
No. Riders tore it down. Your riders.
No, that's not nice, Mr. Walker. We haven't been this way for some time. Now, you got a new hand, huh? Seems I've seen you someplace before.
We run you off once, Mr. Ben Brown.
What do you want?
I'll get to that. Right now, I'm talking to your new hand. You know, you'd have been a lot wiser if you just kept on riding.
I like it here.
You're on my land. Get off.
Mr. Walker, I've come to make you an offer. Now, you'll be moving your family out shortly, and you'll want some traveling money. Now, you leave that herd right where it is, and I'll give you $500 cash.
Oh, a generous man, isn't he, Mr. Brown? That's about 1/6 of what my herd is worth.
And I'll tell you something. You take it, or you'll regret it.
Get off of my land, Breckenridge.
Listen to me. It's just not safe for you to go in town alone.
Now, don't you worry about me, honey. I'll be back early tomorrow. I should be back by noon tomorrow.
You will see the sheriff, won't you?
Oh, all right. It'll be a waste of time, but I'll do it.
All right.
The main reason I'm going, Mr. Brown, I want to get an old friend of mine, Jim Tiller, the Omaha Cattle Company buyer out here when we finish roundup. Oh, it'll be a help if you'd clean up that mess that Breckenridge made of our fence while I'm gone.
I plan to.
And while I'm in town, I'll try and hire another hand if I can find one who'll work for $10 a month and found. Oh, by the way, if Breckenridge tries anything, it won't be until after dark. And I'd thank you to keep an eye on the house.
Depend on it.
Yeah, Anchor.
Battle axe, we got some work to do.
I had to come ask. Man says you're Ben Brown. Looks like you took that bet I offered.
I did.
World's full of surprises. I didn't tell him you weren't Ben Brown. I didn't tell him anything. I just rolled up my bed and rode out.
Why? Can you do the work?
Tickled me at first, working for Cartwright after Cartwright fired me. I met some snakes in my time, but that Breckenridge is the worst. How long you been working here?
Week tomorrow?
Long enough to know what goes on.
Yeah, I heard what happened at the Tumble K.
Pretty fancy stealing goes on in your name. I expect you'll be changing to your Cartwright clothes and slapping Breckenridge with a paycheck.
Well, send the man down the road. To do his stealing somewhere else doesn't do much good.
Sounds like you're fixing to slap him in the Iron Hotel. Well, a fella that hides his tracks as cute as he does, that's pretty hard to do.
All I can do is try.
Pretty neat trick if you can do it. Ought to be kind of interesting to watch. You know, a fella that would hire Ben Brown ought to jump at a chance to get a real top hand. I got my shirt, pants, boots, and $21 riding on what you do. I better stick around and take care of my interests.
I'll talk to the boss. I'll put in a word for you.
More coffee, Mr. Walker?
No, thanks.
How's everything?
Peaceful and quiet.
Yeah, I'll go sing him to sleep.
Tired, huh?
Yeah, a little.
You're doing better than I thought you could. Well, it's still a long time till payday.
Well, don't you worry none about me. I just can't wait to see you riding out of here bare as a billiard ball.
Never happened. As long as I got a feather and a blanket. That herd getting spooky, or is it me?
Oh, must be you.
I'll go get a wagon.
Yeah, I just... Oh! Did you see who stampeded the cattle?
Yeah, one rider. He was waving a slicker. I heard others. I'd tell that to the sheriff, and he'd say I was seeing my own shadow. One good thing, though. The cattle won't run far in the dark, and it'll be easy to pick them up tomorrow.
You're not riding tomorrow.
I've got to. Jim Tiller will be out here in a few days to buy my cattle.
What you've got to do is go to bed.
I can't.
Don't you worry. We'll have the 100 head waiting on your land when the buy gets here.
Yeah, no trouble, Mr. Walker. Be an easy day. Well, I'll say one thing. You volunteer real good.
I didn't hear you backing off.
Couldn't. That Walker's quite a man. Tell you how he got that gimp leg?
No, never mentioned a word.
When I was over at the North Ranch, I heard it in bits and pieces. Bunkhouse talk. Walker and Breckenridge had a fist fight. Something about poison grass. Walker got in one punch, and then 3 of them jumped him. They gave him a wrecking job, and then ran over him with a wagon.
More than one snake over there, a whole nest of them.
They'll be waiting for us.
Yeah, I expect they will.
Well, looks like it's going to be kind of a noisy day tomorrow.
Yeah, could be.
My horse pulled up lame when I came in after the wagon. I'm going to have to ride one of Mr. Walker's. You got any good ones?
Oh, yeah, as a matter of fact, he's got one real good working horse.
Guess I forgot to tell you about old Battle Axe. He's mean in the morning. Just hates to go to work.
Well, you rode him yesterday.
So I did.
That old crowbait took me by surprise.
I guess you have to ride my horse, Cactus. Man once told me some men can cut it when the going gets rough, some men can't.
Just one more chance. I'll stick closer to him than his skin.
No, we can't risk it now. We got a roundup to make. Take my horse.
You win this one, Mr. Brown. But it's still a long time till payday. Here's 10 we don't have to dig out of the brush.
Cactus? Take a look back there up in the hill.
That's one of the snakes. Tate. Unless my eyesight's failing me. They're waiting for us to fix the fence so they can tear it down again.
Cactus?
Apaches do the same thing. Try to throw the fear into you. It works sometimes. I've seen people run like chickens trying to hide from the shadow of a hawk.
Maybe we ought to give them something to think about.
Yeah? Like what?
Like something noisy. Like the 4th of July. Cactus, you work the North Ranch. How many cattle tanks does this flume supply?
4? They got diversion gates. They turn on and off.
Well, if this flume wasn't here, Mr. Breckenridge would have himself somewhat of a problem, wouldn't he?
Yeah. 6 or 7 hours, cattle will be out of water unless Breckenridge and his crew want to carry it over in their hats.
Water wagons, rebuilding this flume. That'd keep them busy for quite a while.
You mean you're gonna dynamite your own flume?
Ben Cartwright can afford it. And Ben Brown would sure enjoy it.
Yeah.
You do make a fine mess of kindling. That'll be harder to put back together than a busted egg.
Yeah.
Just what are you planning on doing with that?
I'm just looking.
Well, that means all hands, cook, chuck wagon to rebuild.
Well, I got to say one thing about Walker. He's trying. That's more than Charlie King did.
Somebody's trying. I don't think it's Walker.
Brown. I guess I should have hit him twice.
Yeah, you should have shot him.
How many do you make it?
Over 100?
Yeah. And 15 or 20 head down in the lower meadow. We'll pick them up on the way.
No lookouts on the hills. You better go on ahead. I'll trail along behind just in case.
Yeah, all right.
They did it, Paul. It was a lucky day for us when you hired Mr. Brown.
Yes. Yes, it certainly was.
Most of them look good. Did see a few calls.
Not in that herd, you didn't.
When you buy cattle for a living, you always see a few calls. Keeps the price lower. In this case, we'll call them all prime, and I'll give you the top dollar.
You're doing, Mr. Brown. You and Cactus got him here. I gotta say thanks.
Well, I'll tell Cactus what you said, but like Cactus did say, it's an easy day.
Signed and sealed, huh?
Yep.
I kind of thought that Breckenridge would try one more stampede before we got him here.
Yeah, so did I. Well, the boss is grateful. Oh, he told me to say that one of these days you might even make cop hand.
And one of these days, I might even stay on top of old Battle Axe.
Well, it wouldn't go that far.
I got an itch.
Huh?
Breckenridge ain't one to back off.
No. No, he ain't. Let's take a look around.
Get it done. They might be back any minute.
Somebody out back. Somebody out front, too. Drop the guns. Three horses out there. Breckenridge must be in the house.
Don't fret about us. We're going to get along just fine. There's some pigging strings right in front of you. Mr. Tate, you're going to tie up Mr. Yoakum. Tight now.
Breckenridge before you go up in flames.
Who set what fires, who stole whose cattle? You want any help?
I think I got the hang of it.
You did real good, Mr. Cartwright.
Oh, what are you talking about? You heard him. I'm Ben Cartwright.
I don't believe it.
You will. You know, there's some men just can't cut it out where the work is. Some lose their shirt, pants, and boots.
You still got a blanket and a feather?
I said some pretty ugly things about you, but I never thought I'd see the day I'd be saying thank you to Ben Cartwright.
Well, you don't have to say another word. I just want you to know there'll be full payment to you and to Bertha King and anybody else who was hurt.
Whenever you're ready.
Time to go. We'll get this rig back to you by the end of the week.
Fine.
Thanks for everything.
Oh, I sure would like to buy that battle axe from me. I got a couple of sons I'd like him to meet.
Sure.
Well, I guess I don't have to tell you. You got your old job back if you want it.
Oh, that's mighty generous of you, Mr. Cartwright.
Well, I'm glad that's settled then.
Well, not quite.
Oh? Ah, I see. You want more money, huh?
No. I want a different kind of a boss. I want a boss that's not so ornery and crazy. It changes his mind all the time. I want a gentleman for a boss. That's the reason I'm throwing in with Mr. Walker. Oh, no hard feelings, Mr. Cartwright.
You old coot.
I think it worked good now.
Thanks, Papa.
Sandor, come on. Now you stay here. Come in here. Told you, and I told you. What you doing here this time of day? Look at this house, all falling down. You do nothing.
I fix harness.
Now it's time to plow field. You fix harness after supper. It's too late to plow then.
You know I work hard. All my life I work hard.
Excuse.
You think you fool me? You don't. What you try is to keep me from my son. You answer. Is truth? Yes? No? Anna. Why so much trouble, Anna? Anna. Anna!
What is it, Chandor? Take it easy. Now, what is it?
They're fighting, they're breaking, smashing everything in the house.
Come on, climb aboard. Now, get your arms around me. Ready? Yeah!
Nick?
Mr. Cartwright, come in.
Thank you.
You will excuse, we had a small accident.
Oh, Shando thought there was some kind of trouble.
You said that, boy? No, a little argument. The tablecloth caught on a few broken dishes, a lot of noise, but... Anna?
Miss Casola?
Hello?
Shandor told Mr. Cartwright that we were having much trouble.
Oh, no trouble. The cloth got caught on my basket. No trouble. Shandor?
Children have such vivid imaginations. Well, that's nothing serious.
I wish I could say stay, have coffee, glass of wine, but...
Oh, it's all right. Thanks just the same.
You cannot blame Anna. Back in old country, her papa is shopkeeper. Mine only peasant. So much different. So Anna expect maybe castle. I try. I try hard, but it no work. Nick not good enough man.
Oh, come on. You've had a run of bad luck. It'll change.
No, it cannot.
Of course it'll change. That's the nature of luck. It changes.
Luck? What is this luck? Demons, witches, evil spirits. I learned this from my grandmother.
Well, this is a different country, so we have different spirits. Now, you work hard, and your luck will change.
No, it's truth.
I'll do anything I can to help.
Nobody can help. It's not worth bother.
That Chando was mistaken.
Mr. Cartwright, if it happens again, let it go, please.
Fine.
You can help. Pray for me.
Nicholas? Where are you? Nicholas? Nick? What are you doing?
I'm looking at the flowers.
You got work to do. You're supposed to speed post, go to town, buy wire.
Pretty. So pretty.
You come out now. You come out. Come out.
Anna, don't. They are so pretty.
Stop talking. Go. Get on the wagon. Go.
Yes, Anna.
And the wire for the fence. And the seed. Don't forget the seed.
Well, hello, Shandor. Is your mother home?
Mom went down the road to see Papa.
Oh. Well, what are you making there?
It's a bow.
Hmm. Well, it looks like it's going to be a pretty good one.
Hey, Mr. Cartwright, do you know anything about curses?
What kind of curses are you talking about, young fella?
You know, a curse like a witch. Miss Griggs at school says there's no such thing.
Well, you mean the kind of curses that people put on other people, huh?
Yeah, that's it. Can someone really do it?
Well, a lot of people talk about them. Few even believe in them, but I think I'll go along with Miss Griggs. Oh, hello, Mrs. Cassova.
Mr. Cartwright. Won't you come in?
Miss Cassova, I was just passing by, and I thought since I'm on my way to Cartersville tomorrow, and you have some friends in the Serbian community there, perhaps you and Nick would like to send a message or a letter with me.
No, thank you. Mr. Cartwright, please, sit down.
Well, just for a moment. How have you been?
Thank you. Mr. Cartwright, I ask you for help.
Yes, of course.
I want you to take my husband. Lock him up. He's not right. He has a sickness in the head.
Oh, what makes you think that?
I see the signs. The flowers. He stopped work to look at the flowers.
Well, Miss Casilva, I look at flowers. What's so strange about that? Nick's very kind. He's a sensitive man.
I know.
He loves flowers.
I know. You think Nick is very kind, very gentle. That is what you see. All right. If you don't want to help me, please, Mr. Cartwright, give me the name of someone who might.
Just because a man likes flowers.
I have proof. I cannot show it to you. It's on my body. In my country, it is not so unusual for a man to beat his wife. I am not talking about beating. I am talking about killing.
Mrs. Casilva.
It's more than just flowers. I know Nick. I live with him. I feel it. Every day, it's getting worse and worse. Mr. Cartwright, I am afraid.
Do you really believe that Nick would harm you?
Kill me. Or my son. Or both of us.
Luck. What is luck? Pretty. So pretty.
What do you have?
Whiskey. Taxe.
Uh-huh.
Mene muzemo platimo više taski.
Hey, don't you talk American?
Me viš sada gladujemo.
Hey, listen to this.
Un toko 4 meseca ne nismo jeli ništa samo krompir.
What kind of talking is that?
Beats me.
Hey, why don't you shut up?
U toko 4 meseca.
I said shut up.
You fault. You got listen.
What are you jawing about?
No good Turk. You wait. You wait, you see. Someday we drive you from my country.
Cool off.
Hey, stop it!
Hey, stop it. You guys want to fight? Take it outside.
What's this all about? Okay, Cherokee, what happened?
You always blame me.
Ask anybody. He hit me with a bottle. He's got that sodbuster sickness. It comes from pushing a plow.
Who started it?
He did. Call me a no-good Turk. I'm a good American.
He did hit him with a bottle. Half full, too. You better lock him up, Clem. He's wild.
I'm going to do better than that. You help Dave bring him over to the jail. I'm going to lock you all up.
I work hard all my life. I work hard. I know what you tried. You tried to take son away. My answer is true, yes, no? Luck. There's luck, demons, witches, evil spirits I learned from my grandmother. I look at flowers. Pretty. So pretty. I love you, Anna. No, Anna. No, Anna. No!
Let me out! Will you be quiet and go back to bed?
Yeah, there ain't no sign of him nowhere, Paul.
Sure made a mess, huh?
Yeah.
The fire could have been started by a spark from the stove. Or a kerosene lamp falling over.
Or it could have been started by Nick.
Well, that would explain why Mrs. Kosova and the boy aren't here, but I should find it hard to believe that a man would try to burn up his wife and son.
That leaves her, then.
Think you'd set a fire just to discredit her husband?
It's happened before, Paul.
On my way to Carterville, I'll drop by that Serbian community and ask a few questions about Nick and Anna. Why don't you drop by here later this afternoon?
I'll do it. See you later.
Get up.
I can't.
Get up or I punish you. Please, please get up. I can't carry you. Just a little further. Come.
Where are we going?
To a friend.
Where's Papa?
I don't know.
I want Papa.
Harry. Shh, get behind you. Quick.
Mr. Cartwright, Mr. Cartwright.
Whoa, whoa. Sandor, what are you doing here?
You obey. You obey.
Now, Miss Kosova, there's no need for that.
He will get himself killed.
What?
I told you. He tried to kill us. He tried to burn down the house.
Who tried to kill us?
Now, look, Mrs.
Still, you don't believe me.
Well, why don't you jump up on the buckboard and we'll talk about it? Come on.
No.
I want to ride.
No! Mr. Cartwright doesn't really want to help us.
Are you going to see your friends?
Yes, they will believe me.
Well, just take a look at your boy. He's tired. Think of him for a change.
All right, for a little while.
Come on. That's it. Let's give your mother some room here. Mrs. Kosova. You might as well ride along with us. It'll be faster that way.
No.
Well, then put your bundles back at the buckboard here.
All right, gentlemen, come on, wake up. You're going to court in an hour. Gotta get washed up so you'll make a good impression on the judge.
All right, let's go one at a time.
What's the matter, Cherokee? Got the whips and jangles? It comes as no surprise. Well, morning, Glory. I guess you get to go first. This bucket's for washing. The soap's in the bottom.
Let's go, you two. Move!
Meet me in court, Dave, whenever they're ready.
Sure thing.
Hey, who's the judge?
Jack Chadney, same as last time you two were here.
Oh, 30 days or $30.
And me with 30 cents.
You're clean enough.
Hey, they'll hang you. They sure will.
Whoa.
Why are we stopping?
Get something to eat.
Then Shandor and I go on alone.
You're not going anywhere until we've eaten. Shandor, let's see what Hup Singh has for us in this basket, huh? There we go. There we are. Miss Kosova, won't you join us?
How can you talk of eating when our lives are in danger?
Shandor, I'll bet you anything that there's a sandwich in here specially for you. Here you are.
You take that and eat it over there by that wagon. And you stay there. You hear me? You think I'm foolish because I want my son where I can see him?
I think you're letting your fears run away with you.
You still believe my fears are nothing. Fire. That is nothing. I started that myself.
I didn't say that.
Oh, I am a stupid, ignorant woman. But I know what people think. You like Nick. You don't like me. But still, couldn't I be telling the truth?
Of course.
I am not frightened for myself. My life is over. I am frightened for my son. He must live.
He will live. And so will you. Now have a sandwich.
I am not hungry.
Now, a man just doesn't go crazy all of a sudden.
I know.
Now, how long have you known?
Maybe since before we were married.
Before? Then why did you marry him?
Nick was strong, good-looking. He always did funny things. One day he stole a lamb that the Turks were preparing for a feast. And when they came after him, he rode the pots and pans down the hill.
Did your parents approve of this marriage?
Never. Nick kidnapped me. Yes, it was a custom in my country. I was glad. I loved him.
Well, seems to me that you were both young and vital and reckless. And...
Yes, I was a different woman then. But Nick, he was always in trouble. One day the Turkish mayor hit him over the head with a cane.
Why?
He was against the taxes. Life is hard for a peasant in my country. We go now, yes?
Yes.
Go faster, Mr. Cartwright.
Plenty of time.
He's been here.
So, whoa!
Why do you go so slow?
Well, the horses have been running for over a mile. They need some rest.
I told you Nick is here.
Here or 2 miles back. I haven't seen a soul. Now, look, Mrs. Kosova, you may be right about your fears, but that doesn't give you the right to whip my team.
To you, this is just another outing, another trip to Cartersville.
Well, yes, it is. I haven't seen anybody. Is this another one of your feedings, or is it based on something a little more substantial?
No, it's the flowers in the road. Didn't you see them?
Well, ma'am, there are flowers all over this place.
Before we were married, in our village, Nick and I were not allowed to speak to each other. He would come down to the well to watch me, or he'd come to the stream to watch me wash clothes. And often, he would leave flowers in a place where he thought I was going to be.
Well, the flowers he used for...
Get out in there. Get behind those bushes.
Mama?
Shh, keep quiet.
Quiet, all right.
Do you see anyone?
No.
You stay here. You stay out of sight. I couldn't see anybody.
But whoever it was shooting at me.
It was Nick.
I'd have to see him before I could say it's Nick.
But I can say it. Let me stay here with him. You take Shandor.
No.
Look, it doesn't matter.
Stay here.
Nick! Nick, is that you? You and I have no quarrel. Stop shooting and let's talk. Roll up, you! Nick!
He's not listening anymore.
Nick! Nick, come out of there!
No! Keep your head down. He's gonna shoot Papa. He's gonna kill him.
No, he's only trying to save our lives.
Papa wouldn't hurt me. He wouldn't hurt anybody. I won't let him shoot Papa. I won't hurt him.
No, stay down.
You want Papa to die. You better curse him.
I heard a horse running.
Yeah, he rode out.
And he will come back.
How far is the literary place from here? About 4 miles?
Yes, I think so.
And the rest of the settlement?
It's north. The nearest house is about 2 miles.
All right, let's get moving. Come on, Shandor.
I got it. Oh, somebody in a hurry.
Hey, Clem, come on.
Hello, Joe. Hello, Hoss.
Oh, howdy, Clem. You want some chicken?
No, no thanks. Far around?
No, he's on his way to Carterville. Left early this morning. Some coffee.
No. I'm looking for a tenant, Nick Cassola. He tried to kill one of my deputies.
Nick?
That's right. 2 witnesses saw him do it. He tried to break up the Golden Nugget. Almost killed a man to beat a drunk charge. He's got to be crazy.
He must have set that fire.
Yeah. Fire? What fire?
Over to Casola's. Me and Paul went over there this morning. There'd been a fire in the kitchen.
Did you talk to Mrs. Cassola?
No. She and the boy were gone. They were probably headed for that Serbian settlement over by Cotterville.
Is Nick on?
Yes, he took a rifle and he's got a pocket full of ammunition. You don't think he'd harm his family?
Joe, you and me better ride for Cotterville.
So,
all right, good. I'll keep an eye on the Cassola place. If he's not following Mrs. Cassola, he'll probably come back there.
We'll see you later, Clem.
Okay.
The house is at the bottom of the hill.
Wait here. I'll make sure it's all clear.
Get down.
Stay down. I told you to wait.
I know, but I could see I had to know. It's Janice. A good friend since we come to America.
See the man you were coming to see?
Yes. Such a good friend.
How many people live in that house?
Just Janice. He lived alone since his wife died.
No. You wait here. I mean that. Don't even think of moving until I give a signal. Now, when I wave, you run around that wagon just as quickly as you can onto the porch and into the house.
Into the house! Move!
Keep clear of the window. Shandor, you feel any better?
No.
Neither do I.
Mr. Cartwright, I have decided. You and Shandor must get to the settlement.
Look, I couldn't possibly get that far with this bullet in my leg. What's on your mind?
Perhaps if he kills me, his anger will be stopped.
Ridiculous. We'll figure something out.
What? What will we figure out? He's out there. He's waiting.
Nick? Nick?
Was that Papa?
Yes.
Then why's Papa shooting at him?
Shh, quiet. Try to keep the boy quiet. I'll check this other window.
Papa loves me. He wouldn't hurt me.
Papa doesn't know what he's doing. Papa is sick.
Why is he sick?
You remember when I tell you about the old country long ago? And why we come here? Because we are hungry? Well, we think that if we come to America and we work hard, we'll not be hungry anymore.
But you do work hard, and so did Papa.
We had bad luck.
You mean curses?
No, not like you think. First there was the floods, and then no water, and then the locust. Remember?
Yeah, I remember the locust.
Your father was far away from his land and from his people, and he felt alone and frightened.
Papa was frightened?
Shandor, even a very strong man can become frightened when problems become so big and he doesn't know what to do about them, and he feels all alone, and sometimes he becomes frustrated because he can't do anything about them, and he becomes angry, and sometimes he does the wrong things. It's all right, Chandler. It's all right.
Huh? Looks like Pa caught up with him.
Yeah.
Anna? Anna?
On the floor, both of you.
Anna? 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 Anna?
Before we were married, in our village, he would sometimes come to my father's house and call my name like that.
Anna! Anna! Anna.
Ah, you find them?
Yeah. They're a real nice family. Old friend of the Kosovas.
Yeah?
Be more than happy to take them in.
Great, great.
You see, Hoss has the team all hitched up?
Everything's all set.
I'm aboard, Jandor.
Good, good. Well, Miss Kosova, I guess it's time we...
Mr. Cartwright, I want to thank you. I know that I have been very difficult, strange. But for a long time, I have felt so frozen, afraid to feel.
Well, I was kind of slow myself, figuring things out.
It's my fault, the way I am. It's very hard for me to tell you how grateful I am for our lives and for your friendship. I wish there was something that I could do for you.
Well, you make a new life for yourself and for Shandor with your old friends.
I will try. For a long time, I have felt so afraid. Now there is no reason to feel afraid. I have been remembering Nick as he was long ago in our village. I loved him then.
You keep thinking of him that way. Shandor, take care of your mother now.
See you, Paul.
Hi, Pa.
Howdy, Paul.
Howdy, Pa. Where you been?
Well, me, Paul, I've been looking for Joe and...
Joseph, where have you been?
I was looking for vaqueros. You see,
The one thing I don't see is vaqueros. Where are the men you hired?
Well, Paul, this is going to be kind of hard to explain.
Oh, no, not hard. It'll just take some time.
Yeah, time. As you know, you sent Joe down to Mexico to find them vaqueros, and when we didn't hear from him, you sent me to find him. Well, my horse threw a shoe, so I went into this little town named Agua Santos to find a blacksmith. Senor, excuse me. Could you tell me where the blacksmith shop? The people are sort of funny and peculiar there in Agua Santos, Paul. They ain't too helpful to strangers. Hey, muchacho. I finally found a blacksmith shop. Un momento, amigo. Put that iron down.
Senor, the metal is cooling.
I said put that down.
What do you want? Barbarian. Is he a bandit? He's a lunatic. Look at those eyes.
No. He's Senor Hoss Cartwright. Proceed, Alfredo. Buenos dias, Senor Cartwright.
Yeah, buenos dias to you. As soon as he puts that iron down.
What right do you have to destroy a girl's most sacred moment?
Sacred?
Oh, if only I were a man.
Will you put away that gun?
We don't condone violence in Agua Santos.
What do you call this?
This, until you broke in like a wild beast, was a formal betrothal, senor. Jose, we are to be married. You're to defend my honor as your own. So you can start now. Throw him out.
No, Jose. No fighting. Senor Cartwright is our guest. He misunderstood. A human error.
How did you know who I am?
Everything in its time. May we proceed?
Well, yeah, as long as the young lady don't object and she ain't being forced.
I'm very sentimental on such occasions. You should see me at weddings.
Felicidades.
It didn't hurt at all. See? JQ, Jose Quintero. And a rose because when we first met, he gave me a rose.
Disapprove on betrothals, Senor Cartwright?
Well, no, not necessarily, but where I come from, we put a ring on her finger.
Ah, sí. A ring for the finger. I have heard of it.
Yeah, it goes on a whole lot easier.
And it comes off more easily, too. Our way, before she can take off the garter, she has the time to think twice, 3 times, 10 times.
Yeah.
Senor, may I ask, what brings you to my shop?
Oh, yeah, my horse threw a shoe. I was hoping I could get him reshod.
I regret, senor, I cannot help. My shop is closed.
How can you say you're closed?
Alfredo is very sensitive. Compadre, you remember the good words Padre Fernando said at the Mass? Small men make mistakes. Big men forgive them.
All right, but he must apologize for his primitive display.
I apologize.
Niño, get his horse. Tráigaselo.
Come, we will talk. Now, Senor Cartwright, you're looking for your brother Joselito.
Right. I figured that's the way you knew me.
He described you in the most superlative terms.
Yeah?
Ah, the man who has a brother, we say, has stronger legs.
Can you tell me about little Joe or Joselito? I mean, is he all right? Where's he at? Can you take me to him? Is he far or near? Where is he?
So many questions.
Yeah.
I can take you to him, yes. But isn't distance a relative thing? What is far to one man is near to another.
Yeah.
The serpent considers 100 feet a long journey. To the antelope...
Yeah. I've chased a lot of antelope in my time. Right now, I'm chasing my little brother. I've been chasing him for a few days.
Time, too, is relative, senor. What is an endless pursuit to one man is only a twinkling to another. To the common fly, a few days is a lifetime. To the turtle, however...
Yeah. Senor, could you just simply tell me or give me a little hint as to where I might find him?
Over there.
Joseph.
Hey, Oz, how are you?
Well, I'm hungry and I'm tired. I'm tired of looking for you.
They got some Bronco busters in this town that are absolutely unbelievable.
How long you been here anyhow?
4 days, 5. Oh, 6 days. I've been here 6 days.
Well, good. How many men you got hired?
Well, that's going to take a little explaining.
Well, my horse is up yonder getting chewed. And while he's getting chewed, we're signing up.
That's part of the explanation. See, I'm in jail. I can't leave here.
You're in jail? What jail?
No, it's right over there.
What are you doing here?
Well, this town is kind of funny, you know?
Yeah, I've noticed.
See, when it's real hot during the day, they bring me out here so I can cool off a little bit. And late at night, thank you, love, I go inside, have a nice dinner, and go back to sleep in the jail.
You just voluntarily go back to jail?
Oh, no, they've got an armed guard right over there watching me all the time.
Well, Dad, Burnett, you can see he's asleep. Come on, let's get out of here.
Well, no, I can't. I can't do that. Now, he's liable to wake up and think I'm trying to run out on him.
Joseph, you sure you ain't running a fever?
No. You folks have been awful nice to me, Hoss. I'm the only prisoner they've had in 8 years.
This is going to take some understanding, Joseph. Now, first of all, why are you in jail? I mean, that is, when you're in jail.
Well, see, they said I desecrated the church.
You what?
No, I didn't say I desecrated the church. They said I desecrated the church.
Well, what'd you do?
Well, I wanted to see the inside of the church, so I went in and took my hat off.
Yeah, and then what?
That's it. I took my hat off.
That's all?
Yeah. They said that's what desecrated me, taking my hat off.
I ask your pardon, senor. Joselito, it is time.
Oh, Simon. Sorry, Hoss, gotta run. What's for dinner?
Tonight?
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh, yes, turkey diablo.
Oh.
With wild mushrooms, assorted fruits, and our famous wine.
Oh, what? Hoss, you gotta taste the wine. It's incredible. It's incredible.
Hey, Joseph! Wait a minute.
No,
Come on.
I gotta go. I don't want to offend anybody.
Senor Salazar, are you the sheriff around here?
I am a man of many parts. See, I am sometimes the sheriff.
You treat all your prisoners that kindly? I mean, you feed them all them good and fancy meals and all?
Senor Jos, we think of it this way. Our jail is their jail.
Yeah.
Welcome, welcome.
Hi, Padre, I'm Hoss Cartwright.
Ah, you are the brother of the criminal. Oh, you should be proud. Such a fine young man.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He is a fine young man, Padre, really.
All the more heartbreaking to you, I'm sure, to know that he is guilty of the sin of Lucifer in this very church.
He told me all he done was take his hat off.
Precisely. The sin of Lucifer. Oh, that is not to say that Lucifer took his hat off in church. Of course not. Ridiculous. But spiritually, it is the same. An act of defiance, of unseemly pride. Our custom here requires the head be covered in church as a sign of humility.
Yeah, well, you see, my little brother grew up doing it the other way, Padre.
Of course, and there is no rancor. Hate the sin, but love the sinner, right?
Yeah. Now, how do I get him out of jail?
Well, that is the province of the secular arm. Ernesto Salinas, our mayor.
How do I find him?
Oh, his house is right around the corner from the jail.
Good day, Padre. Excuse me, Senora. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to startle you, Senora.
Senorita, I am not married. Thank you.
Oh, I'm looking for the home of the mayor, Senor Salinas.
This is my father's house. You may enter.
Oh, thank you, ma'am, Senorita. Again, I'm sorry for startling you.
A good wine, Senor Cartwright, eh? A better wine than last year's. As you know, Agua Santos produces the finest wine in Mexico.
It's delicious. I'm surprised I never heard of it before.
That's because we drink it all ourselves. It's far too good for others. 4 years ago. That was a vintage year.
Yeah, now let's talk about my little brother.
See, a true hombre. Young, but a caballero. A free soul. Not the kind of man to languish in jail.
Exactly. I'm glad you feel that way about him, because
What a shame he committed such a crime. Such a sin.
Senor, you hate the sin, but you love the sinner. Your very own Padre said that.
And did he also tell you how to punish the sin and spare the sinner?
Señores.
Buenas tardes, Simon.
Again, good afternoon, Senor Cartwright.
Senor Simon.
And how do you like our new vintage?
Oh, it's marvelous.
No, Simon. You know what happens to you. I do not wish to embarrass Simon, but he can't handle wine. We are meeting, Simon, to discuss the prisoner.
Oh. Yeah, has my little brother had a trial yet?
We are meeting also to discuss the trial. We are planning to get around to one someday soon.
Well, I would certainly hope so. I mean, a man is entitled to a speedy trial.
In your country, perhaps?
Well, in Mexico, too.
I see, but you are not in Mexico, amigo. You are in Aguas Santos. We think of ourselves as adjacent to Mexico, not in it. Here it is our custom never to approach a serious matter with haste. And a trial is a serious matter.
This wine, Senor Jos, it was not hurried. Try to think of your brother not as a young man in trouble, but as a cask of wine, mellowing in the cool shelter of our jail.
Yeah, I think my little brother is quite mellow enough. And if I don't get some action and get it soon, I'm going to report this whole affair to your adjacent Rurales.
Well, I suppose a trial can be arranged for tomorrow?
Ah, that's much better.
More wine?
Yes, I'll drink to a trial tomorrow.
Simon, por favor.
On the other hand, Senor Jos, the mayor has reminded me of a problem.
Yeah? What's that?
Well, the penalty for desecrating a church has yet to be determined.
Yeah, if the penalty is too light, we offend Mother Church. If the penalty is too severe, then Aguas Santos will be guilty of injustice.
Therefore, until we can resolve this problem, the trial will have to be postponed.
And how long is that going to take?
Who knows? It is the custom here to let the future take care of itself.
And may I point out, in my capacity as sheriff, going after the Rurales could take longer than the postponement.
Meanwhile, Inez, you are our guest. My house is yours.
Well, I'm sorry, Your Honor, but under the circumstances, I'm afraid I'm going to have to decline. I'll just have to find me some other place to stay.
Senor Jos, it is our custom here never to refuse a hospitality.
You fellas have so many customs going for you, I just can't stay up with them.
Then permit me to ask, is it wise to offend our chief magistrate?
Chief? I thought he was the mayor. He's also the judge, right? Well, under those circumstances, Your Excellency, and Your Honor, I reckon I'll accept your invitation.
Inez! Oh, we are honored. Inez, we have a guest. Senor Cartwright, my daughter Inez. He will have our best room, my own.
You were right, Ernesto. It is as Padre Fernando says. The Lord works in wondrous ways.
Imagine some regrettable incident in the church, and it brings us him. There is only one thing that concerns me, Simon. Is what I propose to do in any way dishonorable?
Only a little. Amigo, the trial is still 5 days away. All this whittling of sticks, this walking back and forth, it does not make the clock run faster.
Hoss, you're missing a great opportunity. This is the greatest place in the world for just rest and relaxation.
Use the time constructively. Enjoy the sun.
They're good.
I told you.
those are some of the men Joselito wanted to hire.
They didn't want to work for me. They didn't want to leave this place.
I reckon our country and our customs would scare a bunch of old kids raised up in a quiet little town like this.
We're not ignorant provincials, Senor Jos. Those vaqueros have been everywhere. To Nogales, to Chihuahua, even to Dallas. They have seen much of the world. They didn't like it.
Te digo, y ustedes enamorados.
I will carry it for you.
Senor Jos, if she refuses you, be kind.
What's wrong?
We do not speak of it.
Here, permit me, senorita.
What do you want?
Nothing more than to offer you a hand.
Thank you. You are very kind.
Well, you've been very kind to me, ma'am, both you and your pa. His Excellency, that is.
My father means well to all men. All men of Agua Santos mean well.
Yeah, I sure would like to know why they been treating you like they do. I mean, it ain't none of my business, so I shouldn't be butting in, I reckon.
You are in it, senor. No one has met me at the fountain for many years. No one was willing to share my shame until you.
I'm now sharing your shame?
In the eyes of the village, yes. I mourn for you.
Well, maybe you ought to tell me what it is.
I never speak of it.
Well, that's all right. That's all right. You're just too nice a lady to be locked out like that. And I don't care what it is. I'll share it with you as long as I'm here.
I'll never forget that.
Of course, I don't know how long I'm going to be here, do I?
Until the trial.
Yeah, you ain't by chance heard when that's going to be, have you?
You want to go?
Well, now, Inez, don't get me wrong. I mean, I like it here, and so does Joe. We both like it here, but we got folks counting on us back at home, and we like the Ponderosa just as much as you folks like it here in Agua Santos.
I'll speak to my father.
Oh, no, I don't mean for you.
I will speak to him. I will help.
Senor, I have reached a decision concerning the trial.
Oh, good. I sure appreciate that, Your Honor. And Your Excellency, too.
I have scheduled the trial for next month.
Next month?
See, next month. Next week, I meant to say. Of course, if you wish, I can move it up to tomorrow.
Yeah, I sure enough appreciate that, Your Honor and Excellency. I mean, I appreciate your hospitality, too, the way you've treated my little brother, but we do need to get back. We've been gone too long.
You have no wife at home? No sister?
No. It's just my pa and my brothers and me, I'm sorry to say.
Don't be sorry. A woman is a heartbreak in the home. Oh, no, don't mistake my meaning. Inez is an angel. But sad. So very sad. When she was a little girl, she was so full of life, always laughing, smiling, playing her guitar.
Until what?
We're not asking for your sympathy, senor. She has remarkable strength, like her mother. The love and devotion of her father. And never since that tragic day has she lived one moment without honor, modesty, and repentance.
Pobrecita. Excuse me. Excuse me.
I sure do want to thank you for helping me get the trial all set up, Ma.
It was a small thing.
Your pa tells me you play.
I used to, but no more.
How come?
It gives me no pleasure.
It'd give me some.
Why do you want to go back to Nevada, Joselito? Are the girls of Nevada prettier?
Believe me, Carmen, that is not the reason.
I wonder who's playing the guitar.
It comes from the mayor's garden.
Hey, you know, that sounds like my brother. And he's got company.
Inés?
Muchachas, stop annoying the criminal.
I would not. Buenas noches, Joselito.
Goodbye.
Joselito, it's time for bed. An important day tomorrow.
Oh, wait, what are you going to do tomorrow? Hang me?
In the morning. But not without a trial.
Thank you.
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
Inés Salinas is laughing as if she were happy.
Yeah. Brother Horse sounds kind of happy, too. What do you think the fine's gonna be? Hey, I'm talking. What do you think the fine's gonna be?
Oh, it'll probably be somewhere around highway robbery. We're gonna pay it no matter what it is. Get out of here.
We are gathered here to see justice done, a wrong righted. Soon our strong secular arm will mete out punishment to this poor sinner. But let us not be smug. We are all sinners here, especially those who would stoop to idle gossip. More regular confessions for such would be very wise.
And now it's time for the proceedings to commence. As is the custom on all public occasions, the beautiful daughter of my late wife's cousin, Hernando, will entertain us with a native dance. Carmen Martinez!
Wait a minute! Your Honor, this has gone far enough. We're supposed to get into the trial. Senorita, you...
Senor Jos, first things first. This is customary. Carmen, done.
Your Honor, I object.
Object? How can you object? The trial has not yet begun.
Oh. Well, in that case, I withdraw the objection, but can I make a suggestion?
Very well. The court will entertain a suggestion.
Good. Now, we think it's just fine that Carmen here danced and entertained the court. But I move that she do it after the trial. That is, I suggest that she do it after the trial.
Very well. The bailiff will read the charges.
Señor Joselito Cartwright. In the year of our Lord of 18...
Senor Simon, we understand the charges, and he is guilty. There's no question about it. He's guilty.
Perhaps you would like a few days to prepare your defense? Court is adjourned.
Padre, I beg of you, I plead with you.
Ernesto, you must conclude this business.
Si, Padre. The court accepts the plea of guilty. The penalty... Padre, since you are the principal plaintiff, could you recommend the penalty?
Perhaps a dozen Ave Marias and a sincere act of contrition?
Agreed, Padre. To which I will add a cash fine of 5 pesos. Does that sound fair?
5 pesos?
3, 10, make it 3.
Oh, no. 5 pesos is just fine, Your Honor, just fine. 5 pesos, fine. And, Padre, I promise you we'll say our prayers all the way home. That is, if we're free to go now.
Si.
Adios, amigos.
Adios.
Court is adjourned.
Simon.
Adios, señor. Adios, amigo. Adios, amigos. Adios. Muchos adios. Señor Hoss, un momento. Some unfinished business.
Yeah, well, we're in kind of a hurry right now.
I regret to say that you are both under arrest.
What?
For contempt of court. You waved your arms. Your brother wasn't attentive.
Now, you listen to me.
And for shouting.
Listen to me. I don't know what your game is, but you ain't keeping this town another minute. You understand that? Not another minute. There ain't nothing gonna keep us here. Nothing.
Senor, they are not nothing. They are something. No?
It was a lot nicer in here, you know, when I was alone.
I'll be more than happy to leave if you can arrange that.
Hey, what are you supposed to want? Ransom. That's what they want, ransom.
No, I've offered them everything under the sun. If it's money they're after, they'd have fined us more than 85 pesos.
It was a lot nicer when they let us out in the heat of the day, you know?
Yeah. Hey, Simone, how come we don't get out in the heat of the day?
And what are we in here for, anyway? We got a right to know that.
Yeah.
If I were to answer you, I would only tell you lies. And I won't lie to you, amigos.
Queremos entrar.
¿Quién es? What do you want?
Buenas noches.
¿Qué quiere?
Queremos hablar con Joselito. Dale. Buenas noches, Joselito.
Carmen.
How are you?
It was awfully nice of you to come visit me.
The plaza's not the same without you.
Oh, it's not the same for me either, Carmen, believe me.
Hey, now, come on, Joe. Cut it out. Get rid of them. Get them home.
We're just having a little harmless conversation.
Joseph, there ain't nothing harmless in this town. Now, go on home, girls. Shoo. Run along. Go on.
Come on.
Simone, get these girls out here. Send them on home.
Senor Hoss, it is a free country.
That's right.
This town ain't in the country, remember? And besides, we got all the trouble we can put up with. Now, get rid of them. Get them out of here. Go on home, girl.
Destiny brought you here. Destiny brought the ladies here to visit you. From this might come romance. Even marriage.
What is this, anyhow? A jailhouse or a marriage bureau?
Well...
Senoritas, what are you doing here in the night? Stop bothering the prisoners. This is not the way for ladies to behave.
They're not bothering me.
Go home.
Buenas noches, Joselito.
What do you want, Bob? Oh.
My father wishes the prisoners to have the best of his wine.
Oh, we don't want any wine.
The finest vintage
Yeah, Joe, it's a custom around here not to turn down hospitality.
Very good. You see, you are becoming acclimatized.
I have forgotten glasses.
By all means, fetch glasses.
Simon, would you do it for me?
Desert my post. Betray your father's trust. Never.
Por favor. Simon, I would like to speak to Senor Jos alone.
But you can hardly be alone. Joselito, turn your back. Only a moment. We're not a slipshod here.
I will have your horses waiting for you.
How do we get out of here?
Here is your answer.
What do you have in the basket?
Wine.
Just wine?
Don't you have any keys or a hacksaw or something?
Wine is all you need. Simon cannot handle wine. All you have to do is get him drunk.
It will not be difficult.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Hey, you know, Joseph, it might be worth a try.
You got nothing to lose, right?
Yeah.
Inez! Inez didn't stay. I brought 3 glasses.
Ah, perfect. That way you can join me and my little brother in a drink.
No, gracias, señores. I love the wine, but I can't be trusted with it.
You mean you're going to let 2 guests drink alone? I mean, what kind of hospitality is that?
You must understand. I'm on duty. No wine. No wine, no wine.
You don't know what you're missing.
Oh, I do. No wine. Padre Fernando has warned me many times. Resist the grape.
Oh, well, just because Padre Fernando says it doesn't...
Celito, you would have me disobey a priest, a man of God?
It was also a man of God that said a little grape for the stomach's sake.
Did Padre Fernando say that?
No, I think it was St. Paul St. Paul.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And a saint outranks a priest.
Oh, sure. No contest.
None whatever.
Salud.
Salud.
Salud. Well, if San Pedro says so.
St. Paul.
Bueno, pues viva San Paul.
Yeah, viva St. Paul. Salud. You know, now that you mention San Pedro, maybe we ought not to forget him. I mean, we want to drink to all of them, don't we?
Well said. That would be very dangerous.
Yeah, dangerous.
Saints preserve us.
You bet.
Salud.
Salud. Just one more toast.
To what?
Yeah. To what? A toast to what?
To what? Now, to Padre Fernando, who has often wisely said to me, I forgot, but anyway, to Padre Fernando.
So.
Well, once again, señores, buenas noches.
No. Wait. Wait a minute. Let's have another drink of wine.
But the wine is all gone, amigos. Buenas noches.
Simon, don't leave us now. Come on, sit down. We'll talk a while.
What do you want to talk about, Joselito?
Hey, how you feeling?
I knew it would work. He could never handle wine.
Just hope I can handle him.
You must hurry, senor.
Boss? Boss, come on.
Hurry.
Hey.
Raphael will be here soon to release Simon.
Oh. Hey, Joe, I got you. You're all right. You got it.
Okay.
You got to sober up.
I'll be all right.
I'll never get you home, Joe. Sober up. Oh.
Here we go.
Senor Jose, wait.
I'll get you home. I'll get you home, Joseph. Don't worry.
It is all clear.
Look, it is if there's ever anything I can do.
But there is one thing. Tell him when he can understand that I said, thank you. The heartache is gone.
I'll tell him. Come on.
Hey, you got to, you hear that? Gee, ever hear that little girl laugh? Oh.
You all right?
Yeah, everything's up in my head. Oh.
The constitution that Simon's got. Well, I didn't think that wine was gonna work.
Oh. I think everything in that little old town's upside down. But you know something? I was getting where I sort of liked it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. A lot of folks back there I'd like to see again.
Yeah. Well, you and me better be getting up and getting some distance between us.
Good morning, senores. I didn't wish to rudely awaken you, but now I must do, senor host, what honor demands.
Don't tell me you're here to arrest us again.
No, senor.
Or to take us back to Agua Santos.
Si, senor.
Not on your life. Would somebody please tell me what's going on around here? I'm getting sick and tired of this nonsense.
Nonsense? Senor, we do not consider this nonsense.
Inez, have you told anybody that you put the garter on?
No.
Well, why'd you do it anyhow? I mean, what'd you hope to gain?
I meant no harm. I never dreamed my father would send them after you or that Simon would leave them. But he became so angry when I told him.
Well, exactly what did you tell him?
I told him that you broke out of jail because of your great passion for me, that you had put on the garter, that I was going to go to you in Nevada, that you were going to marry me there.
Is that all?
Oh, forgive me. It is the only way I could explain that you were gone. And I thought it was a way to rid Agua Santos of me and my shame.
Were you really planning on coming to the Ponderosa?
No. But you see, there is no man in Agua Santos for me to marry. If I leave unmarried, I shame my father for having failed in his duty. I thought they might believe I was coming to you and let me go.
Where was you going to go?
I don't know. I am told the world outside is very big. I would have been looking for only a very little happiness.
What it all boils down to is that you're just a plain slave and a prisoner to that shame you got, ain't it?
But you must understand the custom.
No, what I got to understand is what that shame is. Now, I want to know all about it, and you tell me right now, you hear? I want to hear about it right now.
When I was only a girl, my father put the garter on me, betrothing me to a boy I could not love. I had given my heart to another. So I took up the garter, and it meant I could never marry the man I really loved. But you... Oh...
Senor Hoscat writes, are you prepared to restore my daughter's honor?
Now, look, Judge, let's not get into this too fast.
Justice is swift in Agua Santos.
Since when?
Joselito, your brother has committed a crime of the gravest nature.
He has exploited and deceived a woman.
And be assured the punishment will be severe.
Now, Senor Hoss?
Oh, all right, now wait a minute. Before you get to Senor Hoss, I want you to know that I was with him that night, all night.
Wait a
Never
minute,
left
Joe.
his
Wait a
side.
minute. Leave it be. Your Honor, you want me to make a statement. Is that it?
Well, you are permitted to make one. What we want you to do is something much more positive.
Yes, you want me to marry Annette. Right?
Everything is in readiness.
Wait, wait.
What can you possibly have to say, my daughter?
That he is a fine man. Strong and good. If I could marry, if I could love another man, it would be him. I will tell my story now. The truth will not be pleasant.
Inez, wait a minute. You're not on trial here. I am.
We both are on trial. You said once you would share.
All right. That's fine. We will share, but I want my share first, so sit down. Your Honor, you're going to get that statement. First of all, I don't want none of you folks pitying me. Because there was for a minute or two there that I almost had this beautiful young creature as my very own. Now, that's about as much a miracle as any man could hope for in a lifetime. Secondly, I want you all to forgive me for my selfishness, for thinking for an instant that I could take this beautiful, lovely creature from among you and keep her as my very own. Now, I fear to say that I love her. For I've discovered that you folks here of Agua Santos think of love as being shame, or at least that's her shame. She took her betrothal bracelet off years ago for the man she truly loved. She's never left this village since. Now, that leads me to believe that my rival is still here among you somewhere. And that's probably why she won't have me, because of her love for that man. Oh, what devotion. What love. What faith. To love another man so much. Ah, that I could have had her love me with equal devotion, with equal honor and faith. It breaks my heart to think that the man she truly loves will never make her happy.
Maybe the man she loves is thinking only of her happiness.
How can that be when he'd allow her to be forced to marry me, a man she doesn't love?
But no girl who takes over the garter can ever marry a man of Agua Santos. It's a venerable custom.
I object, Your Honor.
You do?
Yes, to the venerable custom. I'll solve the problem of the betrothal bracelet by taking it off myself.
Don't you touch. Inez. Sam, leave her alone. It's me she loves. It's I who am responsible. I warn you. I will protect her with my life.
Oh, Simon!
Bravo! Bravo!
Court is adjourned.
Where is it?
Well, it's right straight down this little trail here, Paul, but you want to avoid it.
They got very strange customs there.
Very.
If you don't mind, I'll cope with the customs when I get there. Why don't you two go home? You must be very tired after all this time.
Well, Joe, you got anything you want to do for the next 2 or 3 weeks?
We do a little fishing.
Yeah?
You think we could get a little hunting in?
Yep. With all the time we got, we can do anything we like.
賊嚟啊！你講呢兩位喺個山頂啊！呢處有賊嚟啊！有嗰啲賊嚟啊！喺個山頂落嚟呢處，我都唔知啊！6、7、8、9、9、10、9嚟呢處，嚟呢處。
Hop sing. Just once in English for us, huh?
Maybe pretty quick, you see. Maybe too bad.
See what, Hop Sing?
Big man, bad to stinky whisker. Maybe 14, 11, 13, horse all come.
Jamie, you think maybe Hop Sing's jumping into the shadow?
It sounds like it, doesn't it?
Only if a shadow is a 10, 20, then I know.
Hoss, look.
Howdy, can I be of any help?
Looking for a man named Ben Cartwright.
He's in town to horse auction. I'm horse Cartwright.
Oh, so he gets you at an auction?
Is there anything I can do for you, gentlemen?
Not unless you got $25,000 you want to let me borrow.
Hardly.
Then you can't help me. Gaviota, Beecher, Marlowe. Mr. Bogartis, you search the house, barns, or post your sentries. Just get these animals out of sight, fitted and bedded, and no unneedful shooting.
Yo! Move it!
Mr. Irons, take my horse, rub him down good. Mr. Marlowe, give me some bath water heat. That yellow do your cooking?
He's a Chinese, not a Yalla.
You stay out of house.
Hop Sing.
Okay, Hop Sing is yellow. Hop Sing cook, but I only cook when Mr. Horse tell me to cook.
Hoss, you're right. You, if you got a name.
The name is Shanklin.
Well, y'all are a pretty good cook.
Yeah, we ought to take them with us when we leave.
Oh, we got right.
I think quite as good as old Chinese boy runs into Pika.
Jamie,
Right here, Hoss.
where's Paul?
He hasn't got back yet, Hoss.
Wish Mr. Cartwright hurry.
Boy, you quit poking at that dead man. Go fetch your daddy.
He's not dead.
Tell him to bring that money. Tell him no lawmen and no posses.
That's the first thing my pa's gonna see, too.
He do when we burn this place to the chimneys, boy. House, barns, horses, cattle, and that bull horse with him.
Jamie,
Yes, Hoss.
listen to me. I need a doctor, and I need him quick.
I'll be here in a minute, Hoss.
Jamie, Pa can't help me, and they can't hurt me. Get me a doctor, quick.
Hoss, I just can't leave you here alone, laying flat on your back with those men in there.
Jamie, don't you see, while you're keeping me company, I'm dying. Ride for a doctor, boy, quick. Quick.
Ponderosa Pass has been shot.
Queen to Mr. Asquith, 5 to the late Mr. Yost, and a tray full of hearts to the big winner, young Cartwheel.
Cartwright, not Cartwheel.
Well, I'll tell you something, Mary Elizabeth. If you had as many cartwheels as he has in the Virginia City Trust and Savings...
Deal, flannel mouth.
And a quick ace of diamonds to Mr. Jackass Sayers of San Francisco. A pair of red aces to match his eyeballs. And to our gambler of profession, if not distinction, a 10 of clubs.
3 tens. You got mouth enough on you to talk the sun past the rooster, but you don't call the hands.
3 tens indeed, Mr. Yost. And a jack of diamonds to the dealer. Very possible.
Tens bet 5. 1 on each 10.
In that case, I fold.
Why, Joe Cartwright, you folded 4 hearts. I saw your whole card.
Oh, you got 4 hearts?
Well, you had to meet Pete. You got the king high. And don't tell anybody what the whole card is, will you?
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sure.
It's all right. It's time for me to go home anyway.
Gotta give us a chance to get it back, Joe.
Big.
We can't quit now.
Oh, I just remembered. Dr. Martin's in Carson City for the week. You better get Doc Ingram. Tell him it's a matter of life or death and to get out there as quickly as you can.
Yes, sir.
And you stay in town. Wait there till I get back.
What about Joe?
Joe's the last person we need out there. He'll either get gunshot or become a hostage. Get him!
But Pa, I just gotta tell Joe. Just gotta.
Look at I found up in the attic. You know, there's more loot up there than horses can carry.
Shut up, Beecher, and help us load.
Hold it. Well, here comes that man that's gonna give us all that money.
Oh. Yeah, I'm Ben Cartwright. Where's my son?
Either a bull horse?
Yes.
There. Amigo! Bull horse dead.
Oh. Doc Ingram's on his way. He's dug a few out of me.
Hurts fierce.
Yeah. Wish there was something I could give you.
Whiskey.
I can't risk it, Hoss. Whiskey could kill you.
I'm beginning to wish something would.
Cartwright. He's shooting Mr. Hoss.
Tend to him.
My name is Shanklin.
You shot my boys.
Yeah. And that one, that horse, he should be dead by now. He's not. That's real quality beef.
What do you want?
I got to have that money.
My son is hurt bad. He may need a surgeon. Dr. Ingram will be here any time now.
I ain't going to stand in anybody's way after we conclude our financial business.
You want $25,000.
In gold or silver or both.
In coins?
None of your Yankee paper.
It's a whole lot easier to carry around.
1,250 golden double eagles weighs out about 50, 60 pounds. It's not much. That's worth its weight in gold anywhere.
I don't know if the banks have that many coins around.
Bank's got friends. San Francisco. I'll wait. All night if need be. Give us time to draw up a note.
Note? What note?
Promissory. Long-term loan from you to us. Shanklin and Company, CSA Limited.
CS? You touching your head or what?
The letters stand for Confederate States of America.
They used to.
As long as Shanklin and Company rides, the Confederacy endures, but it's an expensive enterprise.
I don't want your note.
I didn't ask you if you wanted it.
Won't make you any less a thief.
Your General Sherman left his promissory notes all through Georgia. It didn't make him less a thief either, but it did make him seem a great deal more legal.
That was war.
It still is.
Lee lost the war. You didn't.
Lee lost a battle, and I lost nothing. Now, you best go get that money.
Not until my son is tended to.
You tell your bank to drop a long-term note, 99 years, 3% per annum interest. And I sign for the CSA as treasurer. And maybe we draw up a joint venture bond issue, if you like.
If the doctor needs to operate on him, you'll allow that?
Why not? What good's a dead hostage?
You'll have me as a hostage once I get back here with the money.
If you get back, you and a banker might decide that bull horse ain't worth no $25,000.
Shanklin, let's get this thing straight right now. Whether my son lives or dies, if we get out of here, you and me alive, I'll spend every breath and penny running you down to the ground and stomping you into it.
You're firing off that mouth like a 9-pound cannon. I'll tell you, you keep it up, I'll get Mr. Ritter in here, cut your tongue out. Send you to town with a note pinned to your vest and that dead yalla strapped to your back.
You start out on me, you have to kill me.
Then I'll kill you. And I'll kill them all. Doctor, Yalla, and that bull horse first. Now, you light out of here.
Mr. Cartwright.
Get. Remember, first sign of lawman or posse, bull horse gets the same.
Let go that hook! Let go, I say! Let go!
Gaviota! Stop it, Gaviota! He's a doctor! Shanklin says let him come through!
Ben, does that savage work for you?
No, he's one of the outlaws.
What outlaws?
Well, didn't Jamie tell you?
He told me horse was gunshot.
Well, that's true. Well, he's one of them, and so is Mr. Bogartis. He's going to take you all the way to the ranch.
Good Lord, Ben, I don't want to get mixed up with any
Now,
outlaws.
there's no time to talk about this. Horse is hurt bad. I don't know how bad. I don't know if he can be helped.
Well, in that case, I really should operate at the office.
He can't be moved.
Who says he can't be moved?
Shanklin.
Shanklin?
And I agree with him. It'd kill him.
But, Ben, I need my instruments. Everything's in my office.
You need your office? I'll bring it to you. Now get going.
All right, hang on. We're going in. Come on, boy. Come on. Come on.
Blood's bright red, bull horse. Way brighter than my red blood. Come in, doctor. Man here with a hole in an artery.
It looks like a laceration of the femoral artery. I might save him, but that right leg will have to come off first thing.
You can do for For me and Bonanza, just stay clear away from the Ponderosa. You expect him to take the money and just ride out? He might. It ain't likely. There's any chance that he might. It's a lot more likely that he'll just plain gun you all down or take you with him as hostages. Ben, I can't stand by and do nothing. Let him get away scot-free. I can't do it. You can and you will. Don't even think of moving in my direction. Shankland said he'd kill Hoss at the first sight of a lawman, and he will. Make no mistake about it.
I still can't see the harm of blocking the main roads north and south.
I said don't move there. Do you understand?
Ben, that's a lot of money to let him get away with.
He's not going to get away with a thing, not the least part of what he's done. So help me God.
Ben. Ben, took some doing. 1,000 double eagles and the rest in silver.
Oh, good. Thank you very much, Mr. Whitlock. Boys, put this up.
Ben, are you sure there's nothing I can do?
No. Thank you. Thank you, boys. Oh, Clem, there is one thing. If you see Jamie and Joe, tell them...
Tell them what?
Tell them they're under arrest.
Arrest?
Yes, and then lock them up.
For what?
For safekeeping.
Yeah.
He ain't got much color, has he?
Back in Missouri, we buried better-looking carcasses than him.
Well, Doc, you're gonna get at it, or ain't you?
Well, I don't mind telling you. If I don't take this leg off pretty soon, the gangrene could kill him. And if I do, the shock to his system could easily do the same.
Doctor, I already told you the man has a hole in an artery.
Yes, sir. The femoral artery is tangentially lacerated. Unless I've misjudged, but I do think that the bullet grazed it.
Why don't you fix that? Then the leg might just up and fix itself. I mean, if a man pokes a hole in his windpipe, you don't amputate his head.
Well, sir, your femoral artery is nothing to trifle with. Now, let me explain it. As I see it, a blood clot has closed the laceration, or at least most of it. Unfortunately, it's also closed the flow of blood to the leg, so the leg is dying little by little. Now, if you go in there, if you open up the laceration, well, this man could die from loss of blood. Before you even find enough unshredded artery to tie off a butt end, let alone repair it. It's seldom done successfully in hospitals, never mind here.
Well, you have to take out the blood clot whether you're going to amputate the leg or not, right?
Of course.
Well, then you lose no ground by trying to repair the artery first.
But the gangrene could spread to the adjacent areas above the hip. It could kill the man while I'm tinkering with the artery.
Well, you haven't even got real laudable pus or outright gangrene in that leg yet. You put some blood into it, and for all you know, you might stop that gangrene before it gets legal possession of his big toe.
Are you telling me to repair the artery first?
It amounts to that. You might also try to get the bullet out while you're in there.
And if the gangrene does spread, if it kills him, if he should die from loss of blood, you take the responsibility.
No, I won't, but you will. And right between the eyes.
Excuse me, have you seen Joe Cartwright?
I just came on. I haven't seen him.
Are you sure?
Now, how did he know his call was coming?
I got medical instruments here, Doc.
Oh, good, good. Now we can get on with it.
How is he?
Well, we're going to have to work fast. Put that over there, please.
I got some more supplies in the wagon.
You come in awful quiet.
Both your sentries are sound asleep.
Mr. Bogardus, you double those sentries, and then you deal with Gaviota and Vandercy.
Deal how?
You shoot them.
Yo, Beecher, Ritter, you other two, come and be.
Mr. Brackney, form a detail, help unload the medical supplies from that wagon. Mr. Irons, you stay here and assist the doctor.
Good to see you back, Mr. Cartwright.
Shut up, yell, and help clear off this table.
You don't have to bother counting it. It's all there. I wouldn't want to delay your departure. I can unload the wagon myself.
There's no hurry. Need time to count the money. Sign the note.
I didn't bother with the note.
You best learn to follow orders. You ride with me.
What does that mean, ride with you?
Yeah, I'm gonna take you all the way to Mexico with me. Sort of keep the law at a respectful distance.
No lawmen behind me.
Oh, not yet, but there will be.
Not if you ride out now.
Oh, I wouldn't think of leaving you behind, Cartwright. You're not ready to go yet, are you? Not before Bull Horse does.
That's right.
Well, there you are. Well, I'll leave together, one way or another.
You plan on taking Horse with you?
Oh, what I want with a dead man.
He isn't dead.
Oh, but he will be by the time we ride out.
Meaning you plan to kill him?
Meaning I already have.
Okay, where do you want this?
Just put it down somewhere and move out of the way. Move!
Shanklin, if my son survives this operation, and you ride out of here without harming the doctor or Hopsing, I'll ride out with you. Only if...
Oh, you ride out with me and no ifs, buts, or
only if Horse survives.
You want to ride to Mexico belly down on a pack saddle, that's fine with me.
And if Horse lives and gets back to his feet, he'll come looking for you.
He gonna get back on his feet again when we're all in hell under 6 feet of ice.
And you'll get there first, Shanklin. Because you'll take the shortcut to the hangman's trapdoor.
Yankees hang me, they gotta use a sour apple tree.
Oh, don't give me any of your crazy talk, Shanklin. You're no war hero, you're nothing but a cheap, common, murdering thief.
If I was, I'd have shot the lot of you before this. You first.
You probably intend to do that anyway. Get rid of the witnesses.
You don't think too good, Cartwright. That Yala's a witness of how I shot in self-defense. The doctor's a witness of my merciful compassion, trying to save the life of a man who tried to take mine. Now, why'd I kill them? And why didn't I kill that other boy of yours after he pulled on me? Because since Yala's don't count in courts of law, that boy is the only real witness and likely the only Cartwright with guts enough to bear witness. I'm going to leave him behind, alive and kicking.
Maybe. We can stay clear.
Had me a boy like him once in Missouri. Redleg shot him off the ridgepole of the house. The official report of the Yankee militia said he died from the fall and not the bullet in his head. Just like later, they said my wife died after she was attacked by wolves. Yes, Lord. Wearing Union blue uniforms.
I'm about to administer the ether. I may need some help holding him down once it starts getting to him.
Put it to him, Doctor. Mr. Grange, Mr. Brackney, help hold the patient down.
Breathe deep, Horse. Deep as you can now. Breathe. Deep as you can. Breathe. Breathe. Breathe deep, Dan. Breathe. Mr. Shanklin, what was that?
Mr. Irons, you kindly remove the ether mask. The patient has stopped breathing.
Heart failure, I'm afraid.
Doctor failure, more like. You ever hear artificial respiration?
For pumping water out of people who've been drowning, yes, but
Same thing for drunk people.
He's not drunk. Well, ether is just a higher form of alcohol. You could say he's drunk.
Dead drunk.
Oh, Ben, you do this, will you? I don't hear any heartbeat. Can't hear anything at all. Mr. Horse knows Rigo. Oh, I thought we'd lost him. The heartbeat is coming up strong now.
Thank God. Thank Bull Horse.
I think it best we wait a few moments before we proceed.
Appreciate you speaking up when you did. You didn't have to.
It's a matter of pride. I killed Bull Horse. I don't want any shirt-tail of Dr. Horning in.
All right. I'm gonna raise you $500. Win, lose, or draw. I leave by midnight, and that's it. I'm tired.
You might leave well before midnight, Junior. Flat broke. Depending on what I got for a hole cover. It feels so fierce. I am going to raise you 200.
You're faking. You already looked at your whole card.
Never did, you old jackass.
$700? You see that spade flush? You think you're gonna bluff? Listen here,
Do yourself a favor. Stay out of this one.
I think I'll fold.
It's a good idea.
Excuse me, Mr. McLaughlin, have you seen Joe Cartwright?
Yep, he's upstairs counting all my money.
Oh, thank you.
I'm gonna see that too. And I'm gonna raise you 3 more.
I've got to talk to Joe Cartwright.
She can't be disturbed.
Wait a minute. Joe, it's Hoss. He's been gunned down.
My pot. I had aces full.
Cartwright, tell your Yeller to make some coffee and keep boiling lots of water till I tell him to stop.
Well, I'm ready now to go after that blood clot, the hematoma, and I think we might expect some rather bad hemorrhaging.
You gotta tie off first, north and south of the wound.
What's that? You presume to tell me how to do this operation?
Mr. Irons was a surgeon's assistant in the Georgia Volunteers. He's seen some few things tied off in his time.
With all due respect to you, sir, and to Mr. Irons' wartime doctoring, I am the doctor here, and I say...
Stop saying and do. And you better do right.
If we're talking about what's right, I still maintain that arterial repair is the wrong way to go at it.
It's the right way. You just do what Mr. Irons says.
Now, will you please keep out of this? I'm your hostage, John, not Hoss. Doctor, please.
That's a fact, and I don't care if Bull Horse lives or dies. That's another fact, but I do believe in doing some things right.
As far as I'm concerned, if Doc Ingram says it's right, it's right. Now, please go ahead. Do it your way.
Mr. Grange, you go and fetch Mr. Ritter. Tell him to come in here and kindly cut out Mr. Cartwright's tongue. Get. You got a few talking minutes, Cartwright. Why don't you ask the doctor about his way?
I don't have to. I trust his way.
Let me tell you. You see, there is gangrene in the leg. There's no blood getting to it. Now, if I don't act fast, that gangrene could climb up the leg into the trunk and kill Hoss. Yes, but while I'm trying to put North and South together, he could up and die.
Will you please stop talking and get to it?
But, Mr. Shanklin, will I go ahead and amputate the leg?
Now, will you stop?
Amputate?
That's what the man said.
You can't do that to us.
You're $20 over, Cartwright.
You can't. And I'm not equal to any blood vessel surgery. I've never done any. Well, you've got to try. I'm afraid I'm going to kill Hoss. Don't you realize that if you amputate, you kill him anyway?
You can't afford any more ether, Doctor. You best work on him before he wakes up.
All right. All right. Put this up together, Doc.
Mr. Irons, do you kindly administer 3 fingers of whiskey to Dr. Ingram from my bottle?
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you.
I could have operated while you're drinking.
You best do likewise, Cartwright, because the drunker you are, the neater Mr. Ritter's going to be when he comes in here and cut your tongue out.
Hey, Ritter. Shanklin wants to see you.
Shut up and listen. Ryder's coming in.
You're hearing things.
Shut up.
I must have lookouts.
Yeah, I heard him.
Give me 3 or 4 seconds and send Coach East to the flats, all right?
Right.
Riders? There's 1 horse. I'll pick him up. Kill him. Kill him.
Brackney, you hear them shots?
Yeah? But I was trying to open up this here safe.
Forget the safe. We got what we came for. You go find Mr. Bogartis. Tell him I want to see him double quick. Get your gear together, Cartwright. The way I heard it, them 2 shots were fired in anger.
Some of your boys whooping it up, maybe.
Not likely. You go get your gear.
Doc, you all right? Doc.
I am now making an incision 5 or 6 inches long. Not as straight as it should be. But there we are. Now, you see it's parallel with the femoral artery. I mean, above the wound. And now I'm going to deepen it. Go down to the artery level. Lay it open. Be very careful not to puncture the... Oh, Lord, I wouldn't want to do that.
Mr. Irons, pull him away.
What's...
Scalpel, Mr. Irons. A clean scalpel, Mr. Irons. What we have here, Doctor, is an iliac incision and an imprecise one. But it can be lengthened and made to serve with perhaps a transverse incision to the point of the hematoma. Now, what I have in mind is lifting the entire section of the affected artery up and out of the opening, keeping the hematoma intact and unpunctured, and then we can commence repairing the arterial wall that's intact. That is,
we can find any. I had considerable success with this procedure for all traumatic aneurysms during the war in Georgia. And under some very adverse battlefield conditions. Sponge. I learned more about surgery during 3 years of war than in all the years of my private practice. Probe. Now, as you see, Doctor, we won't be able to lift the artery at any point. The patient is very heavily muscled and sinewy. But if you'll bend closer and look under the hematoma itself, you see that the lower part of the artery is still intact?
Yes, yes.
So that means that some blood is still getting through to the leg. Now, here's what we want to do. Mr. Irons, you will pinch the north end of the artery using the thumb and forefinger, and Doctor, you will pinch off the south end, and I will try to drain and trim the hematoma, save as much of the arterial wall as I possibly can, and stitch it as tightly as I can.
What about the bullet?
Well, that's lodged in the pelvic cavity. It's loose as a baby's tooth. We'll get to it later. Mr. Cartwright, you come over here and handle the instruments. Now, gentlemen, here's where I want you to take hold of the artery. Here and here. Let's go, Cartwright. Scalpel. Scissors, Mr. Cartwright. All right, gentlemen. Pinch it. Tighter.
Grange, where did you come from? I've been out looking all over for you. Tie these two up, gag them in the stall.
I'm Georgia born and reared, Mr. Cartwright. I went to medical school in Washington, D.C. Then I moved to Missouri. Start my private practice, because that's where my new bride lived and wanted to remain. I practiced about 5 or 6 years, till Jefferson Davis commissioned my granduncle Tully as colonel of the 35th Georgia. I returned home to be that outfit's first surgeon. Mr. Irons is my helper. 3 years of blood and men dying. Scissors. All right, gentlemen. Mr. Irons, doctor, let go and see what we have got. We have got us a repaired artery.
A very fine piece of surgery.
Let's go after that bullet now. But you will go get us some more towels, scalpel? I came back to Missouri, let my wounds heal, see my wife and son. I healed slow,
Couldn't doctor myself with it. Forceps. There it is. And then local Yankees started in on us.
Redlegs?
Oh, and the Jayhawkers and the federal militia. You were just a Southerner, let alone a Confederate officer home on sick leave. And you had to fight. It was kill or be killed. I was away with Cointreau when they killed my wife and my son. Dr. Ingram, you reach down there and hold that tighter together. But I tell you, I was bitter and worse, but still, it was war. And women and children, they get killed in war, and you just gotta expect that. Then they added insult to injury.
All right, hold it. You don't listen.
I know your boy. Who's the other one?
My other son, Joseph.
You're in a surgery. Bull horse is on the table. He's alive, and the prognosis is good. He's got a fair chance at old age. But if my hand slips, he's going to be dead in 2 minutes. You better drop them weapons.
Do it, Joseph.
What's he talking about?
Do it.
Mr. Hines, you pick up that ordinance. Now, as I was saying, Mr. Cartwright, April 8th, 1865, the Missouri State Constitution was adopted. You give me scissors, Mr. Cartwright? That Constitution stipulated that no former Confederate officer, soldier, or sympathizer would thenceforth be permitted to practice a profession in the state of Missouri. It was in the nature of that final indignity that I left home and the state of Missouri the very next day, taking the Confederacy with me. The young one's got something to say. Say it, boy.
Oh, he's the one that shot Hoss. I saw him.
Yes, I did. I did, because I knew he'd knuckle me cold in less than a minute. Now, I'm operating to show the good doctor here just exactly what a Confederate surgeon can do. Mr. Irons, that shotgun you took away from that boy, you ever seen that before?
Yes, sir. Grange carried it out of here.
Yes, I thought so. We heard some shots before you come in here. You kill any of my men? Well, Mr. Grange was a little overly fond of the bottle, and that's no great loss. But Mr. Ritter is a very fast draw. Did you kill him, boy?
I killed him.
That's a capital crime, Brother Joseph. We're gonna have to settle that.
He did it out of self-defense. Your man fired first.
Doctor, you mind taking over the last few sutures here? I'd appreciate it.
Certainly.
Mr. Cartwright here would assist you. Mr. Irons, give me that handgun you took away from Brother Joe.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to retaliate. Brother Joe killed Mr. Ritter, and I'm going to kill Brother Joe.
I killed him in self-defense. The other fellow was going to kill him.
It's my man, Mr. Cartwright.
An accident of war. War you brought here.
You got work to do. Mr. Irons, you see that he does it.
Now, you got the money you came for. Why don't you just take it right out and leave us alone?
Doctor, don't forget them drains. You need at least 2.
You've shown that you have a shred of human decency.
I'm going to leave the young one alive, just like I promised, to bear witness. Here's your gun. Try for it.
Joseph, no.
You don't, you're dead, and so is your father. You got 3 seconds, Brother Joseph.
I'm clean.
with those trains in, Doctor?
Yes, Doctor. He's going to be fine.
Too bad I ain't got a Confederate surgeon to save me.